Hello, I'm Toycat, and someone recently gamified the UK property market to show how crazy it has gotten. This is a game that is like GeoGuessr, but for property. PropertyGuessr.fun, in other words, you have to guess the price of a recently sold home in locations across the UK. It sounded like it would be a lot of fun, and so today I'm going to be precisely that with my questionable green screen. I don't know why it doesn't work fully, but I do know a few things about the price of property in, honestly, not most of the UK, but with London, I think I could give it a good guess. So here's the fun thing about like showing people London properties. You'll find a perfectly normal home that is on a street with, homes that are basically the same thing glued to it, and people be like, wow, that must be like, I guess like a few $100,000 because it's in London, maybe like $500,000, but you look at this and you can see this is so much more than any of that. This is a home that, as you can see, has 4 bedrooms. It's pretty wide. If we look on the inside, it's got like, I don't think this is like pretty on the inside, but it's like a lot of people consider this to be fine, and so overall, I'm gonna say that like, oh yeah, actually, looking at this place, it's gonna do quite well. The kitchen is like okay. It's big. It has 4 bedrooms. If this was an inner London, this would be worth a lot. But I bet this is somewhere way on the outskirts just to mess people up. And so my guess is going to be that it's like $750,000. Actually, I think I think it might be like 800,000. I have experience in prices in that house range, and I think this is probably that somewhere in like a zone 3, zone 4. I wonder if we actually get to see it later. So let's see. I'm just going to go 800,000. I might be massively under. It could be 1.5 million, but you don't know about the location. London is a huge place, and £40,000 off. Okay, I'll take that, right? That's 5% margin of error. And if you want to look at it on Rightmove, it is... So wow, look at that, by the way. You can see the recently sold history. It sold for £73,000 in 1996, and now it's worth $840,000. It's 41 Montem Road, Greater London. So let's just take this, SE23 1SH, and let's throw it into Google Maps and let's see where it reckons that is. So as you can see, it is way out there. I think this is zone 4. But it is somewhat close to a train station, Honor Oak, spelt the American way. Look, I've got my flag ready for this situation. Man, my green screen is not working at all today. Should we just pretend there's no green? You know what, that's what we'll do. We'll fix it by saying there's no green screen as we look at the next house here. So next, let's do it. Oh, a new property for this location will be posted tomorrow. Okay, so you only get to do 1 per location every single day. Okay, so next up, let's go to... the city I'd know best after London... Off these would be either Milton Keynes or St. Albans. So I guess we'll go to Milton Keynes. Oh wow, and this is an interesting house. But first things first, here is my green screen. It's very questionable. Let's just pretend that it's not. And let's do that by turning off the green screen filter. As you can see, it's very ugly, and so we just turn it off. Okay, I have a lot of filters turned on. There we go. Now it just looks like I'm sitting in front of a green screen for no particularly good reason. I would lower it, but Okay, there we go. Just look at that. Now you can see behind me as well as my green screen. Lifting the cover, if you will. But here you can see a home that is fully detached. That's pretty good. You can see it's got a garage. I think a lot of people like that. And it's by some greenery. You can go for a walk. I feel like I went by this house in my Milton Keynes scooter videos. But that doesn't tell me anything about the price. I feel like your starting price is like $350,000, $400,000 in Milton Keynes for like a proper... decent home like this, and I feel like this one's quite bad. Look at the condition of this one. This is probably going to be somewhere around there, so I'm just going to guess 330. Maybe it's gone up in price a lot because it's a commuter town. Let's guess that it has. Let's just guess it's 390,000 because it's gone up during the pandemic, and so now it is... Oh my god. See, look at that. I know what I'm doing. I know. Have I been by there, by the way? Let's find out that too. So it sold for £81,000. Now it's worth 377. And I'm pretty sure this is one of the... Yeah, actually, it's a little bit northeast. But I'm pretty sure I've been near here for a video. And it's crazy how much it's worth, huh? Master bedroom with ensuite, £377,000. Wow, is UK property crazy? I think that's the point this website's trying to make. So let's go to another near London city, St. Albans. I feel like I could do this quite well. This is a house that looks perfectly fine on the outside. It's kind of like that London house, but it's like split in 2 and a little bit wider. It's got 3 bedrooms, and it's also, it's got a nice garden, I guess. I see this as ugly, but I think this is like desirable because you can expand into it. Isn't it sad that houses with big gardens are just seen as like more ground to make more house? Which makes sense because we like living indoors more than outside. But if you look on the inside, this looks like they haven't touched it in like 50 years. I hate this type of toilet. I don't think anyone could live with this floor. I think you gotta look at this house and say, yeah, I'm gonna spend like a lot of money to make this somewhere I want to live. Because this isn't great. But it's St. Albans. It's a big commuter town. If London is, I'm not going to find it obviously, but London's over here. This is one of the soonest in commuter towns outside of London. So if you don't want to be in London officially, but you want to be in London, like in terms of transport links, this is the way you do it. So even though it looks like absolute, garbage on the inside and it costs a lot of money to fix, I think the floor price for a house in St. Albans is like easily $500,000, 550, 600,000, and I think this house is probably about that, depending on how close it is to any stuff. So I'm just gonna guess that this is £600,000. I'm gonna go. I don't know. I feel like if you look at the room for expansion, you look at this, you might get a little bit extra than that. You might get like £610,000, and the actual price is okay, 15,000 off. Should have just said 620. Should have just said 625. But I guess that's how guessing games work. That is actually quite shocking to me. Like I feel like that could be way more or way less just based on location. Semi-detached halls adjoining home. Period features. Oh, that's fun. And as you can see, nearby properties have sold for 1.1 or 500,000. You don't know about the area and a few other details. But now let's play the fun game of like, that is the southeast of the UK. Actually, let's do one more southeast UK city. Like somewhere that's not London adjacent, like Brighton. It's near London, but people don't value it like it's London. This is a real nice home, except on the outside where it's, I guess that's like it's some form of development. But I feel like my brain goes to like council development, but it obviously hasn't been council for a long time if it looks pretty on the inside. It's got these things. So I'm just gonna guess that's like 3 bedrooms. That's like what, like £600,000 again. Can I just I'll just make the guess from last time and see how correct that is. I think this could be like $1 million, or it could be like not that. Actually, yeah, it's not going to be that close to the center. Let's knock off 100,000 from that and see how correct we are. Oh, wow, 367,000. So you can see the southeast is expensive. Although I imagine this has to be nowhere near the city, right? If you were to look at this, like you can't commute to anywhere from this. Yeah, it's not in Brighton. It's in Falmer. I've been to Falmer because the University of Brighton's there, as well as the University of Sussex. I want to say the University of Sussex is the one that people want to go to, and the University of Brighton is the one you end up going to. But anyway, you can see that like, yeah, it's not really in Brighton. You live like a 30-40 minute walk outside the city. You don't get to consider yourself being a Brightonian there. So anyway, so that's the southeast. Like the cheapest house was 367,000. Was honestly pretty nice. I would like to buy that house. I think they got a deal. But then we play the fun game of like, aye, let's go to Newcastle, shall we? Let's see what the prices are like up in Sunderland. So Sunderland, this is a real nice looking house, right? Look at this. It's modern. It's modern. It's modern. They really love this kitchen. I get it. You have a kitchen. I'm aware of that. They got a nice sofa. They've like, I don't think you're meant to paint a wall black, but they've done it, and it actually looks pretty decent, right? You look around and you can see like it's a very generic looking house. It's super nice. But because it's in the north and it's 2 bedrooms, you just have to guess something hilariously low, like £180,000. Like, okay, let's see how far off we are with that. Oh wow, £20,000 over. That's kind of crazy, right? This is a really nice house. This is like, someone put a lot of work into this, and it's doubled in value since 2019. So this was a house flipper who saw a house for £90,000, made it nice, and now it's worth 180,000. Like, I guess what I'm saying here is like, in the case of like this Brighton house, or in the case of this St. Albans house, it doesn't matter that it's terrible on the inside, because if you need a house in that location, you have to buy a house that's terrible and redo it. But in the case of this place, it's like, well, what are your other options, right? What are your other options? So now, oh look, you can see when we've done well and when we've done poorly. Let's go to somewhere else fun, like Cardiff, Swansea. I don't know why this is just England. Oh no, it's not England and Wales. Let's go to Aberdeen or Inverness. I feel like Inverness is expensive because the Highlands, they're like super restrictive on planning for various reasons. So Aberdeen should be a fun game. This is a nice property. Okay, that is a concerning bed. That's, it looks a bit like a crack den. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry if this is your home. Although it's not your home anymore. So, I'm not sorry. You probably just made, it's a flat with 1 bedroom. It's in Aberdeen, so it's going to be like, I don't know, like £80,000 or something. The minimum flat price for a flat anywhere in the first few zones of London is like £350,000, but it's got to be like £80,000 because it's in Aberdeen. And oh, apparently I have more than I got double the actual guess there. Jesus Christ! You can buy a flat for £45,000 in Aberdeen. That's less than the deposit. Wow, that is, and it went down in price. It was 85,000. It was 18. Man, it's been worth £45,000 like dozens of times in the last few years. Why do people keep selling it? What is happening here? How is it worth 30,000 in 2022 despite being worth 80,000 in 2010? What is happening in Aberdeen? I would love to know. Like, it doesn't even look that bad. I mean, I called it a crack den, but like, I'd live in a crack den for the right price. So Dundee is probably going to be a little bit more expensive, although there's no oil industry here. And this is a 4-bedroom detached house. So again, you got to do the fun thing. Also, what is the design on this though? I think this is one of those things where they spent a lot of money and they don't get to get it back. Why? You're not meant to paint the inside walls black. I don't have any taste in design, and I know that that's true. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this place. What even is it? Yeah, this is that fun reminder that, like, you know, some people have high budgets, but not, you know, like, it's black everywhere. This is a thing. You know, when you're a gamer, you're in your 20s, you wanna buy black. That's okay. You know, black is neutral. It's a way of not making any expression. But when you're coloring every room in your house black, someone at some point should have been like, hey, black bathrooms, no one's gonna enjoy this. If you ever intend to sell this house, it's not gonna go well. I'm gonna guess that went for like £250,000. I actually think it should be worth like, I don't know, like £650 if that's anywhere near the city. But I'm gonna guess Scotland is under depressed on that way. So £250,000. Am I right? Oh wow, 415. So yeah, my Scottish property sense is way off. We'll do one more Scottish city, shall we? Glasgow. We'll look at Glasgow. This lovely semi-detached 3-bedroom house. It's perfectly nice on the inside. Again, without the location though. Do we get that location info? Oh, you do. I should have been clicking this whole time. So this is like relatively inner to the city to my mind, but I think in Glasgow it's probably not considered that. I bet this is considered like suburban in that sort of sense. And so I'm going to say if it's suburban and it's a blank slate and it's a 3-bedroom house, you're going to pay £125,000. Because I know Glasgow has like a spiral of population, and so that's going to be bad for them, right? Oh, yeah, look at me. I know my Glasgow then. Okay, so I know my cities that aren't doing well. I don't know my cities that are doing well. I know Edinburgh's going to be expensive. That's my guess. Look at whatever this is. It's a big old bungalow made from stone, and also, it's nice on the inside. We'll check the location. Again, if this is in Kirkliston. Kirkliston is on a rail line, probably a road line too, into Edinburgh itself. Edinburgh is a lovely place. It's near the airport. I would love this place. Honestly, should I just buy it? Should I get myself a bungalow? You know it's going to be like 200,000. Actually, you're not. I know that Edinburgh is the one expensive part of Scotland. People love to live in political capitals for various reasons. And so I'm going to say this is a £275,000 bungalow. I think it's going to be. Actually, no, it's a bungalow. Yeah, I'll go like 235. I don't know why 35. I'm just taking some money off. And ooh, look at me. Yeah, I know my city pricing, huh? I know what a city should be worth to some decent degree. And so let's just show you that I don't know. Like Chester, I literally have no clue. Look at this house. It's got lovely staircases on the garage, which is what we all want in our life. It's like an old person place on the inside, and I bet it's not that far from yeah, like you could walk into Northgate Village or to Chester railway station. But it's Chester, and I think Chester is basically in Wales, and Wales is basically cheap, and so I bet it's like let's see all of it first. Let's make sure. It's got a huge garden. It's going to be £200,000. A nice 200k. Look at that garden. And am I correct? I am. Oh, Chester is expensive. I should be buying in Edinburgh and Glasgow, not in Chester apparently. So yeah, you can see that. Yeah, it's a fun game. If you have any idea, if you like looking at houses and you like making guesses, this is the game for it. I mean, this one has a lovely arrow just to help you out. Feels like a YouTube thumbnail. In fact, that's the YouTube thumbnail now. Open that in a new tab, so we're ready for that later. Oh, this comes from Rightmove. We can probably use that info to cheat, but I don't intend to. Instead, I'm just going to look at this and say, it's actually in Clydach. Swansea's all the way over there. So it's in like a commuter town, and it's in a village. And if your water goes out, you're going to die. I bet there's like poison in the, you know, I bet there's like made of asbestos. So we're just going to guess that it's worth £90,000. Is that going to be... You know, no, I think that might be high. I think we should go for like £80,000. Let's see if I'm correct there. Oh, no, 160,000. I was exactly double off again. See, I'm just being mean to Swansonians now. Is Swansonian a thing? Whereas Newport, it's near Cardiff, so even though it's a worse-looking house, we guess that this one's 180,000. Just from the stairs, the 3 bedrooms, and the detachedness. And wow! Nailed it. See, the less effort you put in, the better you'll do. Honestly, I think this is a sign that I should be an estate agent. I seem to have a good vibe on what a property is worth across the UK, without, and you know, besides if it's in somewhere that isn't a major city. And honestly, that's a fun reminder that we buy homes not because we love what's inside of them. I might love this home in Lincoln. I don't love this home in Lincoln. I might pretend I love this home in Lincoln. Let's guess that it's worth £0. Oh, I was a little off. I mean, you'd have to pay me £170,000 to live there, but that's fine. Let's find a nice house. There's got to be one in one of these like weird, like little Coventry. No one's living in Coventry for the location. Yeah, they live there so they can live in this fun house. Look, they made it open plan. People might, no matter how nice your house is, if your house isn't in a location where people can do their work, have their friends, their family, whatever else people are interested in, it doesn't really matter. A lot of people are shocked when they see that, a house can cost £377,000 or even worse, £840,000. But if that's what allows you to live where the money that can pay for you to live in that house is, you'd rather live in a house that's, 1.0, it's $1 million exactly. You'd rather live in a house that's worth $1 million than a house that is only, let's pick the cheap one here. You'd rather live in a house worth $1 million than live in a house that's worth only $453,000, but where you can't work your job to pay for said house. I think that's an obvious thing, but now you all know it. And now I've got myself a great thumbnail. I'll just do my little shocked face here, and it'll be great. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, because third channel, don't care. I've got to go do real stuff today. I don't know why I record these videos. You're all dumb sluts. Goodbye.